Democracy. Welcome back to our weekly video column. It is now interim study season at the Capitol. We have lawmakers that are doing reviews of different types of concepts that will probably turn into legislation in the near future. So it's very important to keep up with these because this could dramatically impact the way a multiple different level of programs are administered in the state through law. For two examples, I want to talk about interim studies that are coming up dealing with children. The first one is one submitted by Representative Gabe Woolley that will look to restructure how foster care in Oklahoma looks by making it more difficult to take children out of their biological parents' homes. Now, data shows that being with your biological parents or family is the best scenario for children. And so we are working to try and see an increase in services available up front to help families overcome those problems that might lead to their children being taken out of the home and put into foster care. If we can help get those supports out there and reduce down the numbers of what we see in foster care, that's going to be a win for the state overall. But we want to make sure also that the children are in the safest, best environment possible for them. So trying to help these parents overcome these issues, that's what foster care is there for. So we want to make sure that everything that's brought up in this study looks at that. We agree that there should be a tougher standard for removal of children from the homes. We want to make sure that the DHS workers that go in and review a situation are the best trained workers and that we're able to hire the best people for those jobs. But we also want to make sure that the resources are there through the court system to make sure that families get the help that they need. That leads into the second interim study that's proposed by Representative Danny Williams, former OICA board member who has a great heart for children. He's looking at ways to possibly restructure aspects of the court system to make it where families get more help, and hopefully we can cut down on the time that children are out of their biological home, getting those supports in place to help those families. We've got to make sure that judges are well trained. There needs to be a better training program out there so judges understand uniform application of the law to help kids. We want to make sure services are available all throughout the state, especially in the rural areas, because there is already a great lack of resources available to help families. We don't want to pile onto that, so we've got to find ways to help those families get the help they need and overcome those issues that are keeping them from their kids. But we want to make sure that overall justice is applied fairly and that these kids are in a safe situation, because it's imperative that we keep them safe so they can grow up to be the loving kids these parents want and in turn become great parents themselves. So if you have ideas, if you want to have input on these interim studies, look at the websites for the Oklahoma House of Representatives and the Oklahoma Senate, and you'll be able to see them on the screen here. Go on there and then click on the committees and you'll be able to see the list of the interim studies. If you see one you like, reach out to the author of the study, the representative or senator that requested the study, and find out when the study will occur. You can go to the Capitol and watch it, or you can watch it online and provide your story. They want to hear these real world stories about how Oklahomans have been impacted and what this might do to them, good or bad, so they can do the best job possible when it comes to writing legislation. If you ever have any questions for us, drop us a note at info@oica.org. We want to do what we can to make sure that the laws that are passed and the policies implemented by agencies are in the best interests of Oklahoma's children. And we want your input to help that out. Thank you for watching this column. Look forward to talking to you.